Hello, I'm Czardus. Grab some coffee, sit back and chill as we build in City Skylines II. Welcome back to St. Joseph. Today we are going to continue adding to this little industrial area. We have the industry expanded mod, which allows us to do this light industrial manufacturing, and we have a good, healthy unemployment rate for adding more stuff. But before we get to that, be sure you click on the link down below. I'm creating my own game, and that will take you to wishlist it on Steam. Please do that. But anyway, we're going to do this. We're going to come in and we want to get some light industrial manufacturing. Although I kind of along here, actually, a couple of things. One, I don't think I want the sidewalk here. So we're actually going to come back and get which one do I have here? 2-lane country road. Yeah, that one's too narrow. I want a wide road. Okay, we're going to create a new road. That's the first thing we're going to do. We're going to come in here and we're going to call this a industrial 2-lane road. And we're just going to get rid of the sidewalk if I can. We will come in here and get rid of that and that side. And then, okay, pause. And we're going to make this lane width much bigger. And go up to 13. And then that's it. So then we will get an empty lane in the middle, just to make it wider. Yeah, and then we should get a shoulder on each side as well. That, and then we want to be, how wide do we need to be? Keep that, yes. Okay. And then I want to come back here to this one that is 52 feet wide. So we want to edit that. It needs to be 52 feet wide. Let's get a wider shoulder on both sides. That one to 6.5 on both sides. Give that center a little bit wider too. We don't want bus or train, car only. How about that? Car only. No markings, preferably. No markings. I don't want the markings. Okay, so if we get rid of the empty lane in the middle, how does that change the marking? Yeah, that'll be fine. We make an even wider shoulder. We can put parking on the side. I don't want that direct. I want them to be allowed to park there, but I don't want it to be an angle. No. Okay, take that off. Don't want that ground type road. Okay, and then let's just make it bigger. Oh, look, actually, that looks really good. I like that. Do the same thing here. We can do. So why did it change the subway? It's gravel. What does that look like? Now let's do gravel on both of these for the ground type. And then, here we go. The parking lane there and here. That made it nice and wider. Parking angle is 0. Let's go ahead and have markings on there. How does that look? Markings on here. And that gets us to the width that we want. Yeah, I like that. Okay, it will work. That is what it comes down to. It is our industrial 2-lane road. Yeah, very nice. I think that'll work well. Now, that is making our zoning manual. Let's make sure we've got the zoning in the right spots there so we don't lose those buildings, which I think they were automatically zoned. Then the next thing I want to do is I want to come in here and we're going to get some vegetation. And what I want to do is we've got a great foliage pack. Wow, look at that. Look at these. I love it. We got a whole bunch of great bushes and stuff here. You can get like wild flowers or like wild bushes and stuff through here. And just have it be this like wild space. That'll be a large soft color bush. And then let's get this fig tree in here. And not those hedges. These oak trees would be good too, yeah. Just a nice mix of foliage over here. Okay, that should be good. Now some of these trees are too wide here. There we go. That's good. Now, I want to bring the industrial road. I want it to come in. Shoot, took out some more zoning again. Don't want to do that. Let's keep that there. Bring this along here. And I want this to be, let's see, where do I want it to go? I want it to come along here and just be another little industrial area here. Let's bring that down like that. And then we'll bring this along here like that too. But I do want to come in here and we're going to take out traffic light there and there. We're also going to take out the crosswalk there and here. I don't want those crosswalk signs. I just want a pretty plain road there. Okay, then we can unpause, and we're going to come in here, and we will get... Oh, are they getting that? Yeah, okay. We'll go ahead and put in here... Oh, that would be good with a warehouse. Let's get warehousing in here. And then I also have some cool buildings here. Joe's Industrial. These are nice warehouse buildings, too. This is industrial clutter. That would be a good one to have. So, but a lot of these are nice, plain warehouses. A little bit of clutter here, too. And then back behind here. So this actually gives 67 employees. So it fills the space, but it also provides employees, which I love. And I kind of want to see, and we need another parking lot in here somewhere. So let's come in here, and I think we get maybe a long parking lot. No, okay, so actually behind here, let's come in with an alley behind this building. Bring that straight down like that. Then here we can come in and we can get some commercial. And we will do the Southwest low density. Actually, we can come in here. We get some cool commercial buildings too now. Can get Bank in here? Nope, doesn't fit. Raising Cane's doesn't fit. White Castle doesn't fit. Fish and Chip Shop does fit, but it's not the right type of building for this spot. These ones are going to be too big. So I think maybe we just come back in here and we get not those. All of these are going to be too much zone-like. I think what we'll have to do, and I think pretty soon we're going to get like some big box stores out this way too. I think we're almost done with the industrial for this area. Oh, here, petrol station, really small, but let's go ahead and put that there. Yeah, that'll work. Let's move it a little bit this way, and then behind here we can put a little parking lot. And it's going to be too big. Let's do this long, or single row parking lot. Bring that over here. And I think we'll have to do a little bit of surface work here just to get this to be lined up nice. More into the actual sidewalk so it connects well there. Okay, and then we're getting a lot of jobs coming in here, like a lot of activity there. That is good to see. We still have industrial demand instead of commercial, and that's going to be the thing where like we just have to keep doing industry, I guess. So what I think we'll do is we'll come in here and pretty soon we're going to get fishing. I think that's going to be something that we do here. But for now, let's put a building in here and see what spawns there. 2 buildings like that. No, thank you. Pause. Take that out, actually. We're going to that. And then that was the wrong one. This one. Take those out and get one bigger building in here. Yes. That will work. Now, what I want to do is I want to come in and get an alley which could continue down this way. And we'll cut through here as well with Anarchy on. We definitely have the space here. Yeah, like that. So that gives us a little bit more space to do something. And I think what we'll do is we'll come back in here, see, industry-wise, I don't think any of these will fit in here. This would fit. You know what? Let's take this back out. We're going to get this here. Another little warehouse. I think that'll work really well. And also, I think, should we bring this along? And then we'll get the surface in here. And I want vanilla asphalt. And all the way over that. Yeah, that works well there. And then over here we've got some space too. We're going to bring out the asphalt here as well. And we could do pavement, but I feel like the asphalt is going to look a little bit better. It kind of clashes with the side here with our gravel, but that's okay. Just bring this a little bit further. In fact, we'll go like that. Oh. So they've got that in there. Then we'll come in here, and we actually will come this way and get some decals. We've got lots of parking decals. We can put single ones in here. Let's get like no parking right in front of the door. Let's get this precision rotation. Let's get that right there. That'll be close right there. And then get another. And we'll come over to this side and do the same thing. Now that one actually doesn't fit that way. And do no parking strips like this instead, because the alley gets in the way. There we go. And then we can come back and we can get more props back in here. Actually, we've got rusty barrels. Here they are. Put those like on each side here, and put a small container over here. Probably not going to fit there because of some of the spacing, but if we put this here, that'll work. Although maybe that should be a little bit of parking. Let's put this over here for additional storage, and then let's come back in here with the parking, not service parking. We just want these parking decals along one here, so like a truck can park there, another truck, and then we'll get some small ones, like regular size. That's also long. Ooh, that's even longer. Take those back out and put these back in. 1, 2, and then I don't want that. I want a plain old parking lot decal. And bicycle. I don't want bicycle. Long, sideways, double. Here, this is 1, 2, 3. Ooh, and actually, no, let's not do motors. So they have a little bit of space for parking in there. And then I kind of want to have the rest of this be surfaced with concrete. So this can just come on like that, and all the way down like this too. And I kind of want that to be asphalt, but I think it'd be fine to be concrete. I think they just won't dry when that surfaces into all of that. Okay, and then back here, we're going to bring this the rest of the way through. This is another alley. Can go to there, and we lost the zoning for that somehow. Get back in here and get that there. Nope. So this one will probably disappear. This is a different thing I built or put in there. Let's go ahead and just take that back out. Oh yeah, that's not going to go in like that. This is a huge thing. I wish we had just a few more small buildings that I could just plop in. And I could plop them using plop the growables, but it's not going to be quite right. So now, let's take this out and let a bigger thing come in. I think that would work. Okay. So now, how are we doing? Unemployment 19%. Still have a huge demand for industrial, and that is where the profit is. So I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get more in here as well. This way, and just get maybe warehousing. I really like this light industry. What I don't like is how I can't quite, I mean, I guess I could rotate it, but I think we have to find a balance here between plopping things and zoning them, because I also want to be unlocking different building types and stuff like that. So we'll get another light industry in there, see what can come into these spaces too. Lots of different sizes of things, and actually I don't like how these buildings are coming in. This I really feel would be better like over here. Oh no! Game crashed, and where did we leave? Okay, so we didn't lose too much. Got a little bit more zoning to do in here and stuff like that, but it's part of the way games work, right? Get things that crash, and then it's just that. So now we've got that. Okay, we're going to come back in here, and I'm going to go ahead and what I wish I could do is control the zoning a little bit more. I wonder. I want to get not that. I want to come in here, but pave the path this way to try to get things off of this other way. There we go. Then let's come in here and we'll get building in here. Yes, that is what I want. I really like this little Quonset hut type thing, but I guess it's fine. And what I do want to do though is we're going to come back and we're going to get an alleyway right behind this as well. don't want it to connect to the road there. Bring that to here. Actually, you know what? We've got that road. Does that come all the way in? No. Okay. So, we're going to bring this back, and we'll get this here. We go like this as we come here. There we go. And then we will all one node. This node here. Nope, nope, nope. Okay. We bring this back. Then we will bring this in here. Bring it this way. And then anarchy it. And like that. Now that made it mad, actually. That made it worse. Yep, worse than before. So we'll bring this here. I don't know where I'm trying to go with this, though. That's the problem. Do that, and then, see, it gets mad about all of that, and now that building got messed up. Okay, we're just gonna bring this along, like that. And then, we take that out, so we get a nice big one again. And then, we'll come in with the asphalt, which is in here. Vanilla asphalt. We're going to do this. And that all the way down. I think I want this whole block to be that way. Yeah, like that. Nice and plain, well maintained. And then we'll come back in here, and I want net lanes. We're going to get a fence. Fence net lanes, and then nice, industrial high fence here. We're just going to block all of this in. Like that. I think we'll leave the fence out there. It's really just to keep things a little bit more contained in here. And maybe like this whole thing gets like that. There we go. Yeah. And then over here, I really wish we could get, I wonder if we can. Let's see if anything comes in there. But there's nowhere to park for it. Well, I guess they could park right out front. Or I wonder, can we get like a nice small parking lot? Tiny parking lot. It's too big. That doesn't fit. That doesn't fit. Motorcycle parking lot is interesting, but not quite what we want. So none of those are going to work the way I want to. Okay, that's fine. What we'll do instead is landscaping. And I want multiple trees. Come in here with a tiny brush. Low brush strength. And then I want to come in with these here. No. I do want some of those here, like long grass would be a really great one to have in here. Wish these would rotate automatically, but this long grass is going to be incredible. It's like a not very well maintained area. Now it is floating. That is one problem. Here's the one that's floating. Okay, and then we come back and we can get a leafy tree in here. It's also floating. And then we've got, this is a prop. Will it sit on the ground then? Well, it won't sway. Those are swaying, which is fine. We can keep it swaying. Okay, then 0 from the other pack. What I want is a bush, wild green bush. And that we actually can come in here with the, so this one right here, wild bushes. Yeah, don't want anarchy though, because I don't want them showing up on buildings. I want them in here as much as we can, like that. Then I really wish, yeah, we can get those in there. That would be fine. That would be a good mix. Then we'll come back with the long grass in. There we go. Now this industrial area is really coming together. How's our unemployment? 27%. So we need to add a little bit more. Now here, I want the building to be off of this road. So we're going to continue using the same strategy, and we will come along here. We're going to off snapping just so it's a little easier to get this in place. Turn on anarchy so it doesn't complain when I do stuff. There we go. Now, what can we get to spawn? Light industrial. We're going to get 2 buildings. And this spot too, I think we will fill it in with asphalt here. This will come down there, and then we'll bring this along here, and then along the front of these buildings, like that. And just like that, this is all coming together nicely. Got a little bit of retail in here. We don't have a ton of demand for that. Employment is kind of low. Commercial, we're waiting for the industries to fill in. So these are going to be pretty good in here. And we are starting to have crime. Now, we are making money, so I think we could go ahead and get a police station. Could get a rural police station. It's really small. I don't think I want one that small. This small one would be good. Though maybe we do want a rural one for now. Super small. It can be tucked away off to the side for now. Yeah, just put that there. It's really cheap. And it can take care of a lot of this. Then, not enough customer. Yeah, that's a warehouse. Interesting. Would not be having too much trouble with that. Now, we've got a hill over here. Trying to decide what we should do with that hill. Although, one thing we're going to do, and we need to remember a few things here. One, this highway is newer. The old town came through here, and I think what we're going to have to do, actually, I think this is going to be fine. This was the old highway, and I want to make it look better. So we're going to take this out, the whole bridge out. Poor car went off the bridge. We're going to come in here, and I want to bring up the terrain a little bit. We're going to go to, actually have this hill come through like that. And what we'll say is that the highway used to come up on this hill just because they wanted it to come pretty straight into this town. No, the hill is fine to be over here, and I think, okay, we're going to pause. Have we unlocked that yet? No. Need progression node highway 2 points when we've got 3. Fine, we'll do it. Okay, we're going to take this out. And what I want to do is we're going to have this hill be up over here like this. Auto saving, so it's having some trouble here. There we go. Okay, and then I want small brush. And this is going to be the way that it went through. Okay, now brush size again is going to be up high like this. So we've got these 2 hills, and we're going to smooth it out, soften. Okay, then this old highway, which I'm not sure which one this is. Probably this country road. Here, let's do this. Road builder. Place more of this road. There we go. It's going to come through like this. And we'll curve it a little bit here. Yeah, like that. Okay, so that's the old highway. Then the new highway, we want 3 lanes through here for a little bit. It's going to come up. We want this to be right through here and straight this way. Then we're going to go elevated across here, and I want it to be this and come back down. Very good. And the same thing over here. We want this to be lined up in the middle of that. Be fine. Then we're going to use Move It and stuff to get this to be nice and stable. But it's essentially going to be like that. And then we're going to come back to ground level and go a little bit further here. And we're going to go to 2 there. Okay, and then we'll come in with Move It, like I said, and we'll get these nodes 1, 2, 3, 4. Control H, get them all the same height, and then and actually bring this down a little bit. It's going to be good. And then over here, we're going to come in and we want this to be, actually, I'm okay with this being ground level. Yeah, same thing over here. That to be ground level. And then that's all here. Perfect. And that'll be a nice little fits to the highway. So at some point we might smooth this out a little bit too. But now we can bring this road or like figure something out more with the industry. But I think we will leave it there today. We've made a lot of good progress. We've got more industry in here. We've got police that are going around checking things out. We've fixed the highways. I hope you're happy. I sure am. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time. Take care.